There are some places that are really moving, because that's when we can say, here, I can say for sure. Here I can say for sure that St. Paul stepped on these stones. And I can imagine that St. John too, who came later, and maybe Our Lady.
And that brings us here to Ephesus, where Paul himself tells us that he faced the beasts.
We're going back now to around the year 50 AD, when the Apostle Paul came here for the first time.
He only preached in a synagogue that existed around here and then left. But what's important to note is that right after Paul left, someone came here, right? Apollos, who was a very well-known Christian at that time, an important preacher, came to preach in Ephesus and gained many followers here. We don't have much information. There's not much written about this Apollos, but it's important to notice that Paul's disciples criticized Apollos, saying that his preaching was incomplete because he only taught the rite of baptism of repentance exactly as it was done by John the Baptist. While St. Paul, at that time just the Apostle Paul, had already developed a much more complex liturgy. Ephesus became a very important city for the Roman Empire because of its strategic location. It was right at the entrance to the Middle East, so the ships that came through the Mediterranean Sea, coming down from Europe or returning from the Middle East, necessarily passed through this point here. It was a port city. All the tax money that the Romans collected in various cities throughout the Middle East also passed through here. And this made Ephesus a very wealthy city. It became a very important commercial and cultural center. It's no wonder there are two theaters here, just at this spot where I am. And besides that, it was very wealthy, reaching about 250,000 inhabitants. Now, in the time of St. Paul, Ephesus was above all a sacred city, and it was not Christian. The goddess they worshipped here was Artemis. And in this city, there was the largest temple in the world dedicated to her. In fact, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world.